Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, the 26th of July, and it's been a while since I put out a video on this channel. Let me have a quick look. Yeah, so it's been 6 days since I put out a video on this channel. A few things have happened since then, and I just want to touch on that video quickly because in that video you might have noticed that I was a bit down and I felt like I was in a bit of a bad situation. The comments that I had on that video were fantastic, so thank you to everyone who left supportive comments. I really do appreciate that. It was a bit of a bad day hearing all that negative stuff from the engineer, so it was really great to get the comments back from you guys. I really do appreciate that. Since then though, I've had a think about the whole situation in its entirety, and I'm going to go ahead with the build, and I need to reevaluate how I look at this house. Instead of looking at this like I'm trying to flip the house, you know, in a small amount of time, I need to live in this house. And it's not to say that I'm going to live here forever. The idea is still to sell the house, but I mustn't have that in my mind. I need to live in the house and settle into the house. One of the things that worried me about this house was the vacant block behind me. I spoke to my neighbor and he said that that's actually approved for up to 4 units. And here in Australia, units aren't seen as a very good thing. It's generally a sign of low income housing. So I was always concerned that was going to get turned into units. And a couple days ago, I went out the back and I heard people talking, and I could see an estate agent showing a couple around. So it was a bit of a downer that from, you know, sort of 2 weeks after I moved in, someone's decided to develop on that, because it's nice for me. I get to look out the back and there's just an open property, so I get a bit more privacy and it's nice. And now there's people building on it, and I wasn't sure what they were going to be building. So I thought, oh, well, you know, this isn't a particularly good thing. Anyway, I found out who the estate agent was, rang him up, super cool guy, really friendly, had a chat to him, and I said to him, you know, what are they building? I've heard that it's approved for units. And he immediately said, don't worry, it's not units going up. You know, you're safe. It's a young couple who's building a Queenslander, which is brilliant, because basically it's gone from the fear of it being units to people investing in building in this area. So that reflects so well, because now it looks like this is an upcoming area. People are putting money in, and in terms of stats and figures, that looks really good. So I was so worried about that being, you know, a negative thing. It's actually turned out to be more of a positive thing. Now, obviously, I'm going to lose my view out the back to a certain degree. I'm going to have to contend with the house, but my view of the reserve behind me, that's still going to hopefully stay open. But in terms of the value of this area, this looks like it's a good thing. Yesterday I released the updates on my main channel regarding the new shop and the new house and the build process and all of that. And it's been received really well. There's been a lot of positive feedback. I think people are quite interested in it. And I'm really excited about it, because getting, you know, into this whole building mindset downstairs takes me back to when I first got into YouTube, when it was all about home renovations and DIY, and it's nice to be going back to that again. I'm really excited about that. In order for me to get started on the demolition of all of these walls, I need to get all of this stuff upstairs. Well, at least the most expensive stuff, because as soon as I knock these walls out, this is all going to be exposed to anyone coming over the fence. Now, obviously, you know, that's worst case scenario, and I don't expect that's going to happen, but the real expensive stuff I need to get upstairs. Yesterday I found out something really interesting about these caps on these posts. I've always just assumed that they were there to make sure that water doesn't sit on the post and it runs off. But yesterday I found out that these are actually for termites. And what they do is they create a path for the termites. The termites, if they want to get into the house, they have to come up the post and backtrack over that angled piece of the steel, and then get into the house. And because of that angle, I can see all around the post, so it's a visual way of identifying the termites.
So it's got nothing to do with water runoff. It's purely a way of giving me a view into any possible termites tracking up into the house. I just thought that was amazing because for things like termites and pests, you always just think it's all about poison and chemicals. But today, in 2017, one of the best ways of us fighting termites is purely by giving the homeowners a way of visually seeing them. I just find that's amazing. So now that we live right by the beach, I think it's time we head out for an evening run.